Hey, welcome back to my channel. As always, I'm excited to share another one of my video recipes with you. Today we are going to make the famous Frito pie. Now I've made this recipe a couple of times. Today we're going to mix it up just a little bit because unfortunately we bought the wrong crescent rolls. We bought the sheet crescent rolls, which is not what we wanted. So we might actually have to make a pie, or we're going to have to cut it up. I'm not quite sure. We're going to kind of wing it as we get to that point. Of course, I've got all of my ingredients laid out, ready to get this started, which you can find the entire list on my website. You already know what it is. dans420chronicles.com/recipes. So as I mentioned, I've got all of my ingredients laid out, and first things first, we need to get our hamburger fried up. So as usual, no need to keep you on to watch that boring process. So I'm going to get that done and, of course, hit my bowl a couple more times. Once I have that ready, I'll be back to tell you what the next steps are going to be. So hang tight for literally just 1 second while I get this fried up. Okay, so I lied. I said that the meat was going to be done, and it's not. But that's because I wanted to obviously add the spices, one of the most important things, right? Flavoring. Again, for the breakdown of what measurements to put in, go to my website. I'm going to get that all spread around. Spread those seasonings all over our meat. Alright, anyway, so we got this going. I'm going to let that continue to brown, and then I'll be back in just a few minutes. Ooh, it's starting to sizzle. Ooh, it smells really good too. Alright, I got my meat browned. Let's take a quick look at that. And we are about to mix in these beans and tomatoes. So, throw that in. Pinto beans. Set that aside. Stir this all up. This is going to be our main ingredients right here. Of course, we will be adding in the Frito chips once we start the assembly. So we're going to let this simmer just a little bit. Turn that on low, which it already is. And we are going to start to assemble the pie portion of this, and we have been debating off camera exactly what we're going to do, right? We haven't decided pie or cut it, which seems like an awful lot of work, but I think that's probably going to be our best option. So I'm going to try and get this thing out, get it flat, start cutting some triangles so we can start piecing this thing together. So let me get this thing out, and once I start cutting it up, I'll be back to show you exactly what I'm doing, just in case you end up picking up the wrong crescent rolls like I did. Anyway, give me just a few minutes, well, literally a couple of seconds in video time, and I'll be right back. Okay, after long debate, we ended up going with cutting them ourselves. So basically all we did is we just laid that out flat, cut them into squares, and then triangled them. This one's a little bit big, but we're going to make it work. Alright, this is pretty much done. I think we are ready to start the assembly process. So we're going to do that on one pan. Let's move some of these out of our way here. Have some space. Alright, this will be our center. Get that one out of our way. We just want to kind of almost build a little star. We want those a little closer, I think. just enough. Just go all the way around. All right, we are almost there. Bear with me just one more minute. If you've got your pipe with you, or dab, whatever it is, go ahead and take a quick hit while I put the last of this together, which I think we needed to give it just a little more space. So I've got two options at this point. Go back and reassemble. Kind of just squeeze these ones in, and I think that's what we're going to do. Just scoop this one over here. Slide that one in right there. And we're going to do the same thing with you. Right there. There it is. Our base. You got a good picture of that? Yeah, awesome. Okay. So, next thing to do is fill our pie. Want to fill that pie with our good stuff that we've been cooking over here. We can turn our burner off. We're just going to kind of build around the outside of it right here. That is a lot of meat. Hopefully we can get it all stuffed into this pie. Hopefully. Alright, we're getting there. A few more scoops. There should be enough food to feed the entire troop. This is also a great idea if you're hosting a party. Alright, we are almost there. Alright, there is our meat pile. Take our spatula here and just kind of even that out a little bit. Cheese. Of course, gotta have the cheese, right? I'm gonna sprinkle that all across the top. And I have no idea what the recipe calls for because we did not measure this out, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we want to use pretty much all this cheese. No, we do not want to use all this cheese. Well, I'm thinking that we want to get pretty close to using all the cheese because, right, the cheesier the better. Right? Yeah. All right, so we're in agreement. We're going to use the whole bag. No, we're still not in agreement because we probably need some for the top. That's why I'm getting that look from behind the camera, right? Yes, I knew it. See? We are going to use all that cheese. Just not yet. Hang tight, people. No need to rush. No need to rush. Right here, Fritos, right? You can buy name brand, off brand. We're going to just actually crumble it. Crumble those right on the top. Oh, I'm attracting dogs now. These two are like sharks. You drop anything on the floor and they are circling. So they are going to probably continue to be at my feet. Now I'm going to say that's enough Fritos, because we did not measure those out either. But, alright, here's where we're going to just take this, and we're going to just fold this over. Now if we would have had the other crescent rolls, it probably would have folded together a little bit better, but hey, I think we did pretty good. We had to improvise, right? Got a few little tiny guys right here, but these big thick ones over here are gonna more than make up for it. So, all right, once we get this completed, which we are almost there, we are gonna take our egg, right? Yep, absolutely. See, I know what I'm talking about. And we're going to coat that thing so that basically once we stick it in the oven, it doesn't burn. So I'm going to get this thing coated and then into the oven. We got it ready preheating at 375. I'm not sure exactly the amount of time, probably however long it takes to make those crescent rolls. completely cooked because everything else is done. So anyway, before I throw this into the oven, I will be back, but no need to have you on camera while I do the egg portion. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, folks, here it is. All covered in. Oh, camera person is ready to hand off. There it is, all covered in egg. We are ready to go into the oven. 375. I believe I was told 20 minutes. 20 minutes, absolutely. So let's get the dogs away from the oven. Slide that right in. And then we'll get our timer going. Perfect. 20 minutes, just enough time for me to finish this bowl and get another one packed. Until then, I will be right back to show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven and we put our final toppings on the top. So, see you in just a minute. Timer just went off. Let's take a look at this thing. Oh, it looks good. Hell yeah. Oops. Mix. Alright, look at that. Woo, Frito pie. Yum, right? So I think that looks done. Kind of poked around a second ago to look to see if the dough was done, and it seemed as though it was, so we're going to call this good. So we're kill our timer, kill our stove. Of course, you can top this off with all of your favorite toppings. We made some homemade guac. Of course, I can thank Jess for that. She always makes the best guac. Sour cream, salsa, black olives. Boy, I'm all fumbled up because I'm ready, excited to eat this food right now. So anyway, there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, check out all of my other videos. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Hit that big red button over there that says subscribe. It is completely free. Like and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. And, of course, for the full entire recipe, boy, I'm fumbling my words. For the complete and full recipe, check out my website. You know what it is. I've said it a few times. Say it with me. dans420chronicles.com/recipes. I knew you knew it. All right, again, thanks again for all the support. And until my next video. Perfect timing because that bowl's pretty good.